Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to do a camera review on the Sony TX100V. This is a very nice high-end point-and-shoot camera. As you can see, the exterior color of this TX100V is silver. It also comes in red, pink, and black. And today we're going to start off by taking a look at the exterior of this camera. So as you can see, the front of this camera is nice and clean. All it says is Sony. And this panel right here slides down, and that's what turns on the camera. And down at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but it says CyberShot. Moving on to the side. On the side of this camera, it says GPS. That's because this camera does have GPS capabilities. It can geotag your videos and pictures. All you have to do is when you're on the computer, right-click the file and look under Properties, and it'll list the longitude and latitude of where your picture or video was taken. You can also install the Sony software and locate it on a map in the software system. Moving on to the top of the camera, you can see it says HD AVC HD, which is pretty much just saying this camera takes really good quality videos. And it really does. Full HD. It's really amazing. I'll put a link in the video later of a video test. Right next to that, you see your microphones. Those are the L and R, left and right, stereo microphones. They are fantastic. Sound in this is surround sound when you play it back on a PC or a TV. Next to that, you see the on-off button, and there's a shutter button to the right. And right where my thumb is the zoom toggle. Underneath that, you see Exmor R, 16.2 megapixels, and then the camera's name, DSC-TX100V. And this button right here, that's the playback button. So when your camera is on, you hit that button and it brings you to all the pictures and videos taken. On the other side of this camera, you see, is an HDMI slot where you can hook this up to your TV or your computer or whatever and play back your videos and pictures. Let me see if I can get this open for you. There it is. And then on the back of this camera, the whole thing is a touchscreen. And that's pretty much what we'll be focusing on today because, well, this is how you control the camera. So let's go ahead and power on the camera. All you do is you flip down on the lens cover. And there you go. Sometimes it is a little bit difficult to flip it down because there's not much room to, grab on and flip. But once you get the hang of it, it gets easier. So this is your camera screen. As you can see, the camera sees that it is steady, and that's a little picture of a tripod. It thinks it's on a tripod right now. It does take a long time to connect to GPS. You just have to give it some time and you'll see it'll connect. Now there are a bunch of different modes on this camera and features, and we're going to go through them all. So let's start out by hitting the mode button. These are the different modes of recording. You have intelligent auto, which is regular auto mode. Superior auto, which is great for dark rooms. When you're taking a picture in a dark room or dark lighting, you snap the picture, but it takes about 10 pictures, and then it'll combine them all together and make the lighting look very bright. iSuite Panorama is Panorama Mode. Movie Mode is Movie Mode. You don't have to click Movie Mode to take a video. There are other ways of doing it that I'll show you later. Program Auto is pretty much the most manual mode you'll get on this camera. Background Defocus is when you focus up on an object and it'll blur out the background. Scene Selection, I'll click it. There are a bunch of different scenes. You can look through them. I'll scroll. And if you hit the help button on any of these menus, you can click on something and it tells you more info about it. And then if you want to choose that, you just hit OK. But we're not going to do that now. And this is a very good responsive touchscreen, by the way. So I'll show you Program Auto Mode, which is pretty much the most manual mode you'll get. On every single camera screen, you can customize the left bar. So if we go to Menu, and then we hit this gear, it allows you to customize. All you do is you drag an icon from the menu over to the left, and this is how it will appear on the specific shooting mode. These are some of your options. And then this is just the main menu for when you're taking pictures. You see there's easy mode, which simplifies the display, self-timer, your image size and quality. Macro mode. ISO settings, white balance, focusing mode, metering mode, the smile shutter, face detection, your movie quality. I'll show you the different options. This movie mode right here, the AVC-28M-PS, that's the best quality that this camera takes. But I found that you cannot take still images while recording in that mode. But if you go down one notch to the AVC-HD24M-FX, you can take still images and the quality looks exactly the same on both video modes. Then there's your GPS information. If it's connected, it will tell you the latitude and longitude, but right now it's not picking up a GPS signal. And then there's the in-camera guide. And this pretty much tells you how to use the whole camera by itself. Now let's go into the main settings menu. You hit menu, and then you hit the toolbox. So as you can see, here's the movie format again. You can choose between AVC HD and MP4, the AF illuminator, the grid lines, digital zoom, wind noise reduction, scene recognition guide, red eye reduction, blink alert, rewriting the data, the panel beep, the panel brightness, language, and display color. I'll show you the different display colors. There's black, which I have, white, and pink. There's demo mode, initialize, which resets the camera, HDMI resolution, control for HDMI, USB power supply, the LUN settings, downloading music from your PC so you can play during a slideshow, GPS settings, GPS assist data, transfer jet, power saving, and then we move on to the memory card tools. If you notice, on the left side, you can switch to the submenus very quickly by just clicking on one of them. This is shooting settings. And then we can go right back down to memory card tool. So in the memory card tool, you have the format option, creating a rec folder, changing a rec folder, deleting a rec folder, copying images from the internal storage to the SD card, file number, and then you go down to the clock settings, which is pretty self-explanatory. Now this camera does take SDXC cards. In the manual you'll find all the different cards that it can handle, so look into that if you're interested. Now, back on the main shooting menu. I'll take a test picture for you just so you can see how it works. The zoom is phenomenal. It's totally quiet. You can't hear it at all. And it goes very, very far. So I'm going to zoom in on that window. Listen to this. You didn't even hear that, did you? Now take the picture. And I don't know if you can see through the camera, but that picture quality is pretty darn good. Here's a picture I took earlier of a trophy. I'll let the settings and stuff disappear. And again, that is really, really good quality. Tap the shutter button to go back to the shooting mode. And as you can see, this GPS is still trying to find a signal. It works sometimes, but it's not really a good selling point for the camera. On the right side of the display, there's the battery. It's telling me that I have a storage card in it. The folder it's saving all the files to. My picture quality, how many pictures I can take. And this button right here, it simplifies the display if you hold it down. It's more of a lock. You hold it down and pretty much everything goes away except for your movie button. And again, you can access this movie button from any screen, so I honestly don't see the point in going to mode and then hitting movie mode when you can just go from the camera and hit the record button. So, I'll show you some of these movie mode features now. You hit the movie button to record, and now it is recording. When I'm holding this camera, I've adjusted to being able not to cover up these microphones. It's very easy to do. If you have big fingers like me, you just shove them over there. You can zoom while recording and take still pictures while recording. As you can see, it says capture up in the top right, and now it's saving it to the card. I'll take another one so you can see. Watch the top right of the camera. See, it says capture, and now it's saving. And we'll stop recording. And we'll look at those pictures. This is the video. We'll hit play for you. And now it is recording. When I'm holding this camera, I've adjusted to being able not to cover up these microphones. It's very easy to do. If you have big fingers like me, just shove them over there. You can zoom while recording and take still pictures. As you can see, the quality on the camera's display, playing it back on the camera, is still phenomenal. Think about when you plug in the HDMI and hook it up to your TV. It's outstanding quality. It's a great small camera with fantastic quality. We'll go back to the shooting menu, and I'll show you some different modes. For example, the Panorama Mode. You can choose which direction you want to take your panorama. I'll take mine from this angle. You point where you want to start, hit the shutter button, and move in the direction of the arrow. You have to move fast sometimes because it will stop eventually. As you can see, I did get gray over here because I wasn't going fast enough. But let me show you what happens when you hit this play button. It puts it full screen and it plays it for you, the panorama that you just took. And there's another really cool feature with the burst settings. I'll show you that in a moment. See, there's the gray space because I wasn't going fast enough. When you take burst pictures, Watch. It took a bunch of burst pictures. It'll save them all. And now, when we go to play them back, you can choose this tilt mode. This is the best thing on this camera. It's so cool. You can tilt the camera left and right, and it moves the picture. It's pretty cool. You can also click this button, which lays them all out, and you can scroll through them one at a time, or click one from the bottom screen. Now I'll show you the front of this camera again while it's slid down. As you can see, it says CyberShot, and you see your lens, your flash illuminator, the flash. Then it says, excuse me if I butcher this name, Carl Zeiss, Vario Tesser 3,5-4,6/4,43-17,7 optical 4x zoom, optical steady shot. And as you can see, I think I just hit something. Watch this lens as I zoom. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it going back and forth because I'm zooming. And now, I'd like to show you the camera one more time. Overall, I love this camera. Battery life is fantastic. It's slim and sleek. All my friends thought it was a cell phone when I first got it because when the cover is slid up, you wouldn't be able to tell this is a camera. Alright, so anyway, thank you so much for watching this review on the Sony TX100V. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment in the video. Also, if you'd like, click here for a video that I took with this camera. It's the Nikon Coolpix S4100 review, and I filmed it with this camera. So, enjoy the rest of your day.